Hello everyone, it's VPJ. The level editor is huge and effective, leaving you room for a ton of mistakes that can be solved. This video I'll be covering big mistakes that thankfully are fixable. Let's begin with the first one. When making a layout, make sure to not put slopes in the wrong direction, as its hitbox may hit the player if done incorrectly. What you can do is use a different slope, or if you have a mod such as MechaHack V7, enable the hitbox visibility hack, and now you can go ahead and fix it. Many new creators do this mistake when decorating. On the sides of the screen you can see the blocks fade out or transition in some cases. This can leave decorations look weird when leaving the screen. What you should do is select the part you want, in my case everything, and select Edit Group. In the bottom left corner, check the Don't Fade and Don't Enter buttons, and the problem is solved. Some of you are probably doing it the effect where an object is on top of the icon and follows you around. Once you put a teleport portal though, yeah. This issue comes from the fact that you are using Select the Player Y on the move trigger. In Update 2.1, new triggers were added, including the one we can use to solve this issue with. Meet the Follow Player Y trigger. Just slap the group ID there and voila, it's done. The next huge mistake that many creators do is to not playtest the levels for bugs or other weird unintentional things. This causes skipping levels to occur, and the simple way to get out of this situation is to just patch those bugs and issues and whatever and blah, blah, blah. Now, I agree that copy pasting is a very useful tool, but the next mistake is just overuse it without any changes to the structure itself. You can still save time by copying and pasting the structure, but make sure to change the design a little to not make it too repetitive. This next one is simple to solve and is extremely useful. New creators usually don't use this feature, but I definitely recommend everyone to use it. What I'm talking about is layering. The mistake here is just that people slap the entire level in one layer. You can change the object's layer by going to the Edit Group tab and checking the layer button on the top left corner of the pop-up. When creating gameplay, if you put, say, a UFO portal too high or low, camera and ground will move with it. This can be a little hard to decorate there, and hence is a mistake. What you can do is put the portal in its original position, but then make it move with an instantaneous move trigger. Oh yeah, just like this. Now, this is by far the most important mistake you should avoid. You don't have to work all day on a level. You will just be burnt out and eventually just lose interest in your level. To prevent this, just take breaks. Just do that. I also do that and it's working really well. Anyways, back to a more Geometry Dash related mistakes. This is a gamer portal, and this is a gravity portal. Those two combined make unreadable gameplay. Just space them apart. Yeah, that's the tip. That's the tip. Don't do this. Do this. This is called spawn looping, where you can use spawn triggers to, well, loop another action. Now I'm gonna show you how a spawn loop is done. So we have 5 color triggers, which colors up this block right here. This one's on 1. The block changes color when the cube passes the color triggers, like this. Now to make this loop, you have to put sets of spawn triggers. And the next thing you do is to put each layer on like a different group. Here's 4, and here's number 5. And now in this first group, you put the second one in the spawn, so like this. And then the next one on this, it's number 3, and number 3 will go number 4, and number 5 on the last, the second to last one. The last one will spawn the first one, like this. So now you should have something like this. And now we put one more spawn trigger in any place you want, but I recommend putting it in a spot where you want the loop to begin, because this is how it activates the loop. Before we set this group though, select all of this, click Edit Object, press Spawn Trigger, and Multi-Trigger. And now to set this last trigger, which is the End trigger, you just need to put the target group as the first group that you set for the triggers. In this case, the spawn trigger that says 2 is my first group, so I just put 2. And now when the cube passes, the color will be chosen, and just like that, the loop is done. If it's a little too fast, like this, what you can do is select these spawn triggers. You have this delay button. Just put the amount of delay you want on the blocks. This is like half a second. And now every half a second, color changes. This is a really easy and very simple way to do looping and yeah. Anyways, back to the tips, shall we? Say you are working on a part of a level, then you finish it and call it a day and move on. Well, believe it or not, you already did a mistake there. How? Well, by not taking feedback from anybody. Feedback on itself is a really important thing when it comes to improving your creating skills. So please, just use this. I beg you. New creators don't get this right the first time. Did you catch it? This creator made the mistake of making blank jumps in levels. Make sure the gameplay works with whatever the player sees, or at least give them reaction time. Also, don't worry, this creator was me. It was all staged. This next mistake is quite simple. In this level, you can see an annoying glow on the outline. A way to fix this is go to the part, select the outlines, and then press Edit Object. And then uncheck the glow button on the bottom left corner. Much better. And now, the mistake you should avoid the most is to lose progress all of a sudden. Simple solution: make backups of your levels. You don't want to risk losing data like I did in this video right here. You could also do the link if you are interested in more building content. Anyways, yeah, that was it. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something about it. And yeah, that's about it. Bye.